I don't appreciate that I'm being blasted on the news like this was my fault. That the director came and saved Perryville, because that's not the case.
Good evening and welcome to 12 News at 6. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Jonathan McCall, in tonight from Mark. Right now from the 12 News I-Team. 24 hours after we first told you about the retirement of the former warden at the Perryville Women's Prison, tonight she is standing up for herself. It all comes after several reports from the I-Team showed heat conditions at the women's prison in Goodyear.
The I-Team's Erica Stapleton has the former warden's side of the story right now.
Under your watch, were the inmates safe from the heat?
Yes.
Former Perryville prison warden Laura Pyle defending herself and her staff.
We have a mitigation plan that we've been implemented, and we implement it every year, and we've already been doing that.
The I-Team first started reporting on concerns over hot cells last week, with claims from inmates and their families that cell temperatures were hitting the 90s or low 100s. After we brought these claims to the Department of Corrections Director Ryan Thornell, he went to visit Perryville and reportedly checked temperatures for himself.
There was a cell that was pretty hot. The information that I received after the fact was that cell had literally just gone down.
Meaning the cooling system went down. After that visit, Thornell made some changes over the weekend, like putting misters in the yards and more shade structures.
We were doing what we've done all the time, and we've never had an issue. The director probably got overwhelmed with as much information you guys were trying to get from us. We were on the news several times, and there's always somebody to blame at the end of the day, right?
Why do you think you're the person they blamed?
Because I'm the warden. At the end of the day, as a warden, I'm the one responsible for the facility. But I can tell you that the shades that he put that weekend, that's not something that I could have done. The misters that he put that weekend, that's not something that I could have done, because our policy is very clear when it comes to water hoses. We can have water hoses out there. Those can be used for escape. They can be used for somebody to hang themselves.
Pyle said she wasn't given a chance to explain herself after the director's visit. And when she had a meeting with him Tuesday, she told him she was retiring after nearly 24 years. To her, the heat is nothing new.
It's a problem because it's hot, but it's not a huge problem because it's not like we don't do anything about it.
Instead, she said the problem is the old equipment, waiting on air conditioners to replace swamp coolers.
I was hoping they would be done before this summer because I knew this was going to happen.
When we sat down with Thornell last Wednesday, before his visit to Perryville, he said the AC units in question were in the budget for the end of next year.
Why is it taking so long for that long-term solution?
I would say it's not taking so long. The timeline's moving along as we would have expected it to.
The I-Teams asked repeatedly to do another interview with Thornell after he visited Perryville, but the department declined again on Friday.
Some inmates did say that they went to the media because they wanted the attention and they wanted to make sure that those ACs got put in.
And guys, just within the past hour, we received these temperature logs showing us the temps taken in the Lumley unit at Perryville, and it goes back the whole month, but what really stood out to us is July 17th. That's the day we put in our first records request for the temperatures, and honestly, the day we first started asking questions about this. And here is what we saw. There are several wings in Lumley that had temperature readings over 100 degrees on July 17th, again, the day we asked. But every single day of the month before we started asking about it, the highest temperature was recorded at 90 and typically was in the 80s, some in the 70s. So we have a lot more questions, and right now we don't know what happened after the 17th, but these records are the first confirmation that any wing had a reading over 100 degrees, as some of the inmates were telling us. Now, we have asked the governor for interviews and a comment on the temperature situation repeatedly. And since learning this information about the 100-degree temperature readings, we again asked for a comment. And again, her spokesperson tells us only that she is working with Director Thornell to take action to fix what they called a deeply broken correction system.
That is absolutely incredible to see that part of that unit was over 100 degrees at one point. You've been digging into this for more than a week now, Erica. Have you heard from anyone else at this point?
You know, we have, and it's complicated because we're hearing from inmates one thing, we're hearing from the director another thing, we're hearing from the media line something else, we're hearing from now former warden Pyle. So it's a bunch of different stuff. So this just means we have more to investigate. So we'll stay on top of it. Thanks, guys.
Incredible reporting so far, Erica. Thank you so much.